All right, what's up, y'all? John Melton coming to you live with another episode of hashtag Money Monday. I'm excited. I hope you are too. And if you're not, you probably will be after this conversation because I'm going to talk about the social media strategies that are most effective in 2024. So if you're excited about this conversation, let me know in the comments. In fact, I'm going to try to do my best to not only drop some value on all y'all network marketers, affiliate marketers, online entrepreneurs, those of you that want to generate more leads, more sales, you want to use the social mediums out there to generate a following, to build community, to make some new connections. I'm going to help you, but I'm also going to try to answer some questions. So we'll see what we can do because we are streaming in 7 locations. I believe we're streaming on my Facebook profile, Facebook business page, 3 different Facebook groups, and on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure we're streaming on Instagram, although I can't confirm or deny that, but I'm pretty sure. StreamYard's sometimes a little wonky with Instagram since it's new, but I'm excited. I'm going to do my best, like I said, to answer some questions, to give you some direction, because I think you could start to really see some progress if you implement some of the things I'm going to teach you today. So if you're excited, smash that heart button. If you're really excited, smash the share button. And I actually found out we have some trackers. I thought we were all sold out, and I guess we technically are sold out. Like, we don't have the ability for you to go online and buy them, but we have like 5 or 6 of these remaining. So maybe I'll just give away some of these to those of you that are sharing and tagging people. So you should do that. You should share and tag. And this is a 90-day tracker that's going to help you with your recruiting, team building, hold you accountable, what to do for 90 days. And really, it could be extended beyond 90 days because there's a follow-up book. There's tips, there's scripts, there's trackers, there's social media tips. And anyway, it's amazing. It's really beneficial. So again, we're not selling them, but we do have some extras at the house that I found in my closet, if you can believe it. So maybe we'll just randomly send some out to those of you that are sharing, engaging, tagging all the peoples. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. And I would definitely recommend taking some notes because I know a lot of people struggle with what to post, consistency. Let me know in the comments if that's you. What to post, consistently posting, what to talk about, how to not be boring, how to stand out. And listen, I have those same struggles, okay? Nobody is completely immune to it. Everybody deals with maybe their engagement isn't great. Maybe they suck with calls to action. Maybe they suck with conversion, or they're not really organized. Like, most people struggle. Maybe it's like, oh, I crush it on Facebook, but I suck on TikTok, or I crush it on TikTok, but I'm struggling with like recruiting people from TikTok or getting people to my Facebook. Everybody struggles with something. So don't like beat yourself up and think, oh, well, this person's got it figured out and that person's got it figured out. Nobody has it all figured out. Okay. So I'm here to just, rest your mind a little bit, like just be okay with not being awesome at social media or being intimidated on what to post or going live or doing videos. Or maybe you're like, well, I'm in a small town and I don't really want to be a Spamela Anderson, or, I'm not really a product peddler. Like, I don't want to push product. I want to talk about opportunity. Like, I get it. I've heard all the objections, right? Or, hey, I've been doing videos and I'm not really getting the views or the followers. I've heard it all. So I'm going to do my best to give you some social media advice. Okay? I'm excited. So tip number 1, don't be boring. Right? But I know some of us are going to say, well, I have a boring life. I don't have anything exciting. And the truth is, being boring, even though I like to say that because it's funny, and funny equals money. Write that down also. Funny equals money. We like to entertain. So we like to entertain and train simultaneously. Those are my favorite people to listen to. So we try to do our best to entertain. But, the fact is, 10 years ago, we started doing videos and our videos sucked. 10 years ago, we started out at suck. Embrace the suck. Suck it up, Buttercup. Everybody sucks in the beginning. But yes, my videos were boring. My posts were terrible, especially before 10 years. Like, when I look at the posts I did like 11, 12, 14 years ago before I did videos, horrible. Like, remember on Facebook, you get on Facebook and it would say, what's on your mind? And I would just put dollar signs. I get like 2 likes. I mean, are you kidding me? Just brutal. Here's how you know your engagement sucks or your content isn't that great: when the only people liking it are your upline. Or the people on your team. Like, there's nobody new watching your stories, following, friend requesting, engaging, but that's okay. 10 years ago, I sucked. Everybody starts to suck. Okay. So let's just get over that. And here's another thing, talking to like Eric Worre, he's posting like 5 to 10 times a day on his Instagram. Now, I don't think he's doing that on every platform, but that's what he's doing on Instagram. So some of you are doing the right things, you're just not doing enough. And you might say, well, I don't want to post too much. Well, here's the thing. If you've been posting on a platform and nothing's working and it's been 6 months, maybe you do start posting way more. And here's what I like about that, because every post, every video, you're just testing, tweaking, you're paying attention and seeing what's working and what's not. And maybe for like 7 days, you go hard on one thing. And then the next 7 days, totally different topic, but you go hard on that topic. You got to test and tweak. And again, I'm going to speak more advanced strategy. And then I'm also going to speak to newbies, because I know there's a lot of newbies that get on here and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm not posting at all. Like, I haven't even done a video. So that's why sometimes these trainings are tough, because there's people that have been doing something for 6 months and they're frustrated. They're not getting results. And there's people that don't do anything, or they're not doing what they used to do when they were getting results. So we can talk stories. We can talk, reaching out to people, reels, lives. I mean, we can talk about all these things, but at the end of the day, you're not going to know for sure what works until you're willing to do something and test something for an extended period of time. It can't be for a day or two, and it can't even be for a month or two. A lot of the people that I recruit, a lot of the people that buy my product, or they buy a course from us, a lot of those people have been following us for years. Now, some cases it's weeks, sometimes it's months, but the 2 people I enrolled this month, I've known them for years. A couple other people that I'm talking to right now that should enroll this week, I've known them for months, or they followed me for months and we just started talking. So you have to be okay with playing the long game and knowing that everything you do is going to really pay off in 90 days, 6 months, or a year, depending on what you got going on. All right. So let's get into it. So number one, this is a strategy in 2024 you should absolutely be implementing, and that's stories. Every single day. In fact, write this down, 80-20. 80% of the time, you should empower, you should entertain, or you should educate. 80% of the time, you should fit into one of these 3 E's: empowerment, entertainment, or education. Education, by the way, write this down, is the highest form of sales. When you're learning from somebody, you're more likely to buy from them. Does that make some sense? So I think it's really obvious that you should be educating. And some of us will say, well, I'm not an expert. Yeah, but you're learning stuff, aren't you? Did you learn something from this video so far? Did you learn something from the last podcast you listened to or the book you read? Take some notes, write down some takeaways, and go live or do a reel. The point is, you should show up in your story 80-20, 80% value, 20% of the time. Now, so this is interesting. So I'm going to back up. I'm going to slow down for a second. 80-20 is the philosophy of marketing your content. But I look at my wall, or you could say your feed, 80% of the time value, 20% of the time you're talking about your opportunity, talking about your product. Now, this is not going to be the rule of thumb for everyone, but this is just my philosophy that's worked well for me the last decade plus. So that'll be in a week on my social media. And then I'll kind of nonchalantly mention my business or product or whatever. But in your stories, you could do the 80-20 rule every day. So what does that mean? That means you could promote your product or testimonials of your product or your business more aggressively in your stories on a day-to-day basis. So I look at it like this, and I heard this from Gary Vee. I got to give him credit, but it's kind of funny because it's kind of like a network marketing philosophy where we talk about in network marketing, you want to build width for wealth, depth for stability. Same thing in your social media. What does that mean? Well, like reels, posts, anything that's like short and easy to get engagement or get attention, you're building that with your content. But then like your live videos builds depth. Your stories, you build depth. They get to know you more in your stories. They get to know you more in your live videos. How many of you feel like you know Nadia and I more because of our live videos over the years, because of our stories? Right? You get to see a different side of us that we're not posting on our wall necessarily. So that also means you can sell more in your stories than you could on your wall. I know that sounds counterproductive for some of you, or counterintuitive even, but I'm telling you, you got to test this out. So you can be more aggressive in your stories. And I want you to also know this. This is what I love about stories is you can swipe up most of you probably realize this. If you don't, dude, go do it right now in your stories and you'll see new people. I was interviewing Michelle Churchill last week. We did a team training and she talked about how like she'll have people on her team say, I have no new people watching my stories. And then she literally looked at their stories and compared it to the day before. Cause I think what they do is they take screenshots every night of everyone watching their stories. So she compared it. She's like, you got 4 people watching your stories today that weren't watching yesterday. Those are 4 new people you can reach out to see if they want to try your product or they've ever tried the product or they're open to the opportunity or you just connect with. So why I love stories, because you can have a different conversation. You can, test out different topics and test things out that maybe you're uncomfortable doing on your public, wall. Does that make sense? And you can see who's watching. You can swipe up and see who's watching. You need to be proactive in reaching out to those people. Most people are not going to come to you and ask about your product or opportunity. Even I dropped the ball on this, where I reach out to people. They're like, I've been meaning to ask you about that 5-day drop, or I've been meaning to ask you what company you're with, or I've been meaning to ask you about your ATM course. Does that make some sense? So be proactive in that regard. Also, this is something that Eric Worre mentioned yesterday, and a bunch of other top earners from various companies said the same thing. These guys are posting 3 reels a day. The ones that are getting the most engagement, 3 reels a day. Now, I know for some of us, you're going to say that's overwhelming. I can't do it. Start with 1 a day. But if you've been doing 1 a day for a while, maybe up it to 2 a day, maybe up it to 3 a day. You got to figure out what works for you. But I'm telling you, they're all about quantity. The top marketers on social media, they're all about quantity. Now, if you struggle with reels, you struggle with short form videos because you haven't really done much of them, start with lives. Some of you struggle with like, who do I want to attract? What problems do I want to solve? Remember, network marketers, professional problem solver. Professional conversation starter and professional problem solver. That's what we do. We offer solutions like a doctor. You call a doctor or you call to get like a consultation. They're not trying to sell you. They're educating you, informing you. They're sharing with you a solution that they would recommend. And when you start to get this and it starts to click, you'll start to get better results and you'll think differently about your content. I'm not trying to sell and pitch you. I'm just telling you what I do. I show up every single day. I do what I do. You either like it or you don't. But if you like it, you're probably going to continue to pay attention. And one day, when the timing is right, you may or may not end up joining my business, buying a course, maybe an affiliate offer that I make. Does that make some sense? And this is the beauty of social media. If you build a following, you never have to worry about money again. Because at any given time, you can monetize your knowledge, monetize your social media if you're being a good human, right? Human first, marketer second, friend first, marketer second. But if you really believe in what you're promoting and you know you can help people and you can offer a solution to the people that have a problem, why wouldn't you share that with them? You don't want to be a secret agent, do you? It makes sense. It makes sense to offer solutions and really figure out who do you want to attract. In fact, that would be the number one question. A lot of people are like, I don't know what kind of content to create. It's like, well, who do you want to attract? I never thought about that. Like if you want to attract a middle-aged mom between 30 and 50, you're probably going to create different content than someone that wants to attract real estate agents. Both are great, but here's the thing. When you're in that initial phase of your attraction marketing, curiosity marketing, like building a personal brand journey, I would start with, what are the things that you deal with on a day-to-day basis? What are the things that you love talking about, or maybe things that you're passionate about? Like maybe you're really passionate about cooking, or you love Disney World, or you're raising little ones, or you have teenagers, or you're a grandparent. Like, who are you? What do you love? In fact, let us know in the comments so everybody can like relate to each other. Like, what are 3 to 5 things that you're into, that you like, you love doing, things that are passions for you? Right? Share those things in the comments. Like I've told this story so many times over the years. I had this woman, she was nervous about doing videos. She didn't really like kind of talking to her warm market, but she's like, how do I branch out? How do I like find people like me? And I go, well, what are you into? She's like, I love scrapbooking. And I think she was on like one of our Saturday calls and she like reached out to me about it. But anyway, when she told me she's into scrapbooking, I'm like, really? And I didn't know that was like a big thing. And she joins these Facebook groups that are all about scrapbooking. And within 30 days, she added on like 50 new friends. maybe a couple hundred. I can't remember the exact number, but it wasn't a lot. It wasn't like a lot, but it was because she was in there making friends, commenting, sharing her scrapbooks, and answering questions and sharing ideas. She was engaging in these groups, and she got a bunch of new friends. She did over 3,000 in sales in 30 days to complete strangers that saw her before and after pictures on her social media and some of the things she was talking about on her social media, that she wasn't promoting that in the groups. She was just going in there to make friends. Do you see like how much we overthink this? So anyway, going live is a really good idea. I would challenge all of you to do a live video challenge. Why? Because if you struggle with your content and you struggle with reels, you're like, I don't know what to post, I don't know what to do. You're in your head. And if you're in your head, you're dead, right? You're dead in the water. You're not going to grow a business overthinking and overanalyzing. They call it analysis paralysis. You need to do live videos. Why? Because then you'll clarify your messaging. You'll get really good clarity on who you are, who you want to attract. And again, you should talk to people just like you. You should talk to people that have the same problems you have or had, right? Because there's a lot of people that are just like you. Like when I was in real estate or mortgages, it was easier for me to recruit mortgage professionals and real estate pros because we spoke the same language. Just like when I first got involved in network marketing, I recruited a lot of 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds because they were young like me and they were broke like me. And right, it makes sense to start there. But when you go live, you don't have to go live as long as I do. Just go live for like 5 minutes every morning between now and the end of the month. For like 14 days, go live every day. Do this with some teammates. You guys can engage in each other's videos and, like give each other tips. But I think within 14 days, you'll start to get some comments. You'll start to see people that you've never seen before in your videos, or it's been a while, or they're complimenting you, or they're asking you questions. They're thanking you for being vulnerable and sharing your story. Like when I share my story, how I quit drinking 16 years ago, or my MLM PTSD, or just anyway, the point is when I start sharing things about me, right? Personal things I overcame, stories, insights, people thank me. They thank me for my podcast. They thank me for my videos. They thank me for my consistency. They thank me for leading by example or responding to their messages. The point is, you start to get questions. You start to get people thanking you. That's how you know you're on the right path. When people are thanking you, complimenting you, asking questions, that's how you know you're onto something. Now, you may or may not want to go harder on that topic. You may say, man, I'm really getting a lot of moms that are like struggling with mom guilt, or I'm getting a lot of business owners that are burnt out right now. They're making less money and they're keeping their income options open, or I'm attracting a lot of college students, or I'm attracting a lot of farmers like me. Whatever, you start to attract a certain type of person, and you have the choice of like, I'm going to double down on this. I'm going to go hard on this. By the way, write this down. Let's say you are a farmer. Let's say you are into hiking, or you just love your Teslas. We have 2 Teslas, but I also have a Ram truck. So I'm in groups, Ram truck groups. I'm in Tesla groups. I love pickleball, so I'm in pickleball groups. If you make it a priority to start conversating and friend requesting and engaging with people in those groups, you may find that like, damn, I'm really into this, or I really like these types of people. Like these people are always so cool and positive. Like maybe I go harder on that, topic of conversation. I start interviewing people that are really into this, that, or the other thing. Maybe I start a weekly show. You know why I love StreamYard? So we're streaming with StreamYard right now because I'm streaming in 7 places. 3 Facebook groups, a Facebook profile, Facebook page, YouTube, and Instagram, all simultaneously. And then we'll turn this into a podcast. Isn't that crazy? That's freaking wild. And we'll chop up some of these short form clips for TikTok and for Reels. We have a video editing team that edits all these videos. It's crazy. You can even start your own Facebook group at some point. How many of you saw the interview I did with Tina and her amazing team hitting elite? Tina Margaris, her team hit elite, 100,000 in volume with 18 people because they built a menopause group for women in that demographic. And, it's a group that's free. It's extremely helpful for women, even if they never buy a product. It's just a value-based group. They talk, diet, nutrition. They talk exercise. They talk supplementation. Like that's the power of building your own community. But they didn't do that prematurely. They figured out their brand and who they wanted to help first who they wanted to attract first. Then they started their own group. And it was just 3 of them. They had like 300 people in their group, and they've grown it to 60,000 women in a short period of time. They're building community. They're building that connection, offering support, again, even if someone never buys a thing. And stop trying to attract everyone. Like, listen, do I attract lots of different types of people? Of course, but I've been doing this for a hot minute. 22 years in network marketing, 10 years plus building online businesses. I'm in a different bracket, different tax bracket, different influence bracket. Like, I'm in a different situation than you. You want to start that, like, not a big fan of niching down, because like, I know some people will probably argue with me here, because I look at it like this: you are the niche. Now that's just my opinion. I know everybody's got a different opinion. You listen to 10 experts, they all have a different thing. But I feel like if you're just talking about one thing for like, 6 months, you don't even know for sure if that is your thing. So that's why I'm like, micro bursts of like, test this out for 14 days, test this out for 30 days. Like, because you might talk about something that you don't even really enjoy talking about. So it's like, why do that for more than a day? Or I shouldn't say a day, but a week, right? If like, I remember when Nadia and I were like, we're going to speak to couples because we want to attract couples to work with in our business. So we're going to start building our brand around like, sharing tips on parenting and, relationships and, husband and wives, like, some of our best advice when it comes to like how to work together with your spouse and how to like motivate your spouse and how to figure out a way to work together and not, let it consume you, like all these things. And I'm sure we would have attracted people, but we were just like, we're not experts. We don't like this. Like, it's weird. It's not something we want to continue. So we stopped doing it after like maybe a week. I don't know if we even did it more than that, because we're just like, this isn't what we want to do or talk about. Does that make some sense? So anyway, stop trying to attract everyone. You got to like, throw out some different like fishing poles and kind of see what works for you. But I also don't want to say like, I'm just going to talk to 35-year-old single moms that live in Alaska. Like, I don't think you should do that. Does that make sense? That's a little too niche. So you have to kind of test and tweak, figure out what works for you, because again, what works for me might not work for you, vice versa. Anyway, specific content does help, but again, not like, don't go too hard on something or commit to something prematurely. All right. Another thing I would recommend for those of you that are struggling with the content creation piece, this is another big thing. This, again, should be obvious, but, maybe we haven't talked about it enough. I feel like we have. But how are you not using ChatGPT? How are you not using ChatGPT? Like, you can literally go to ChatGPT and say, listen, I need to come up with 30 days of content. And here, I want to attract women that would buy my collagen. I want to attract women that would love to lose 5 to 10 pounds in 5 days. I would love to attract, moms that are really wanting to supplement their income. What kind of content? You ask ChatGPT, what kind of content should I create? Can you give me a 30-day posting plan? ChatGPT is like talking to the smartest human that ever existed times 100. And ChatGPT will get to know you. And it can help you with clarifying your personal brand, who you want to attract, the kind of messaging you want out there. Okay. So anyway, I hope you got value from this. Like I said, I'm going to do some Q&A. So I wasn't looking at the comments this whole time. I'm going to start to, but I wanted to give you a heads up. There's going to be a 3-hour social media masterclass, a deep dive by some of my favorites: Eric Worre, Chalene Johnson, Fraser Brooks, Sean Cannell. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you're not registered, listen, it's $10, 10 buckaroos. Go to mylifestyleacademy.com/social media, mylifestyleacademy.com/social media to get registered. If you're driving or you can't write that down, we'll change the description afterwards. Also, if you're on Instagram, it's on my bio. If you need to register, again, it's $10, 3 hours. Some of the most brilliant marketers in the world going into more detail than I'm giving you right now. I can only cover so much. And, I know a lot of you are visual. So I know the visual aids help. So they will have more of a professional, breakdown of all things social media, leads, what's working, what's not working, connection, community, the kinds of content that are most effective on the different platforms. And also they'll talk from a recruiting, selling, duplication standpoint. Again, those are some of my favorite people to listen to. I'd recommend you register. I'd recommend you share it with your team. mylifestyleacademy.com/social media. If you're driving, just can't write it down, you're like, oh my gosh, what is it again? Again, we'll change the description. We'll put it up there in the description after this is over. Or if you still need it, just drop masterclass in the comments. Masterclass in the comments, and we'll respond to those of you that need the info for that webinar. Marlene says it's Chat GPT. Look it up, Marlene. Chat GPT. It is amazeballs. Sandy said, I'm already signed up. Linda said she needs the info. mylifestyleacademy.com/social media. Also, Bem, you're amazing. Bem's in here responding to messages because she's the bomb.com. Jackie Cody says, but also edit any captions you can get from there because I cringe at every post I see. What I clearly tell is written by ChatGPT. Yes, please, please, please do what Jackie said. You need to customize and personalize your posts, your videos, your topic, whatever. Don't not speak like you would speak. That's why I'm not a big fan of scripts. Like I love scripts because when you're new, you better have a script. Oh my God, the things that come out of people's mouths without a script is scary. But you also have to make sure, and this is why I always recommend audio when you're connecting with people, when you're prospecting people, building rapport with people, because even though it's good to have a script, like an outline, did you guys see those balloons? That was funny. I don't know where those came from. Maybe I said something that triggered them. But the beauty of audio is you can hear your tonality, your excitement, your enthusiasm, right? And again, customize and personalize. You're not a robot. Don't act like it. Anyway, okay. Hope you guys got some value from this. So Sandy says the 3 reels a day. Is that the same story each reel or yeah? Well, again, that depends on the person, right? Like someone like Michelle Churchill, who I mentioned earlier, she might do a lot of the same stuff over and over again because she figured out what works for her. And she gets a lot of people requesting like, what kind of protein should I eat? How often should I eat it? How do I measure it? How often, like she gets all these questions around exercise, fitness, what supplements do you recommend? So she tells a lot of the same stories over and over again because she gets new eyeballs every single day. A lot of the top promoters, they have that clarity now on their story, tips, incorporating the products without being a Spamela Anderson, as Fraser Brooks says, right? Like they find ways to strategically attract and convert their followers into leads and customers. But with that being said, you don't know in the beginning because you might say, John, I don't want to talk about weight loss. I didn't lose 30 pounds on the products. So you couldn't tell a story that isn't true. So you have to figure out what works for you. But I do think once you get that dialed in, you could absolutely do 3 reels a day around the same topic of conversation, but even if you were to look at, some of the people that do post 3 reels a day, I can guarantee that they kind of have like a theme, if you will, to their content, but they're all posting different things, right? They're not posting the same thing 3 times a day. That wouldn't make sense, right? But the beauty is with the way social media is nowadays, like you can post like crazy and it's not gonna, especially on Instagram, it's not gonna hit your what they used to call that, the edge rank. Do you guys remember the edge rank? But even Gary used to suggest this. Gary's like, man, imagine if you just posted once a day, how thoughtful you would be into that one post. Now, again, Gary's another one. It's like, you got to put out like 10 pieces of content a day. I think he'll even say more than that. He'll say like 25 pieces. I think when you hear people say that, they're talking about like multiple platforms. And these are people that have a ton of content to post. Here's my worry for some of you. You're going to spend hours creating content that sucks. And you're not spending that time reaching out to people. You're not spending that time prospecting people. You're avoiding the hard work. You guys ever heard that quote? The magic is in the hard work you're avoiding. So stop avoiding the hard work. But with that being said, if you could say, hey, I'm going to spend an hour on Sunday creating some short form videos, or I'm going to go live every day for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes every day for the next 2 weeks. And then after my live video, I'm going to do a 60-second version and a 15-second version of what I just talked about. Because you're going to notice And this is another tip you want to write down. You're going to notice a lot of the accounts you follow on Facebook, on Instagram, they have a lot of videos where they're not even talking. There's just like an overlay, right? It's like a bunch of pictures or like videos, like B-roll footage. You guys know what B-roll footage is? If you don't, look up B-roll footage. Like I could literally take a camera or my phone. It sounds funny, my camera. I could take my phone and record right now. Like I'm looking outside right now and it's snowing. So I could literally record a little like 15-second B-roll, right? Where I'm not going to like talk with, it's just B-roll footage, right? It's something I'm going to use and then overlay audio over that really cool 5-second video. I could put some positive message over that. That has nothing to do with snow. Does that make sense? Like we have to start thinking like a marketer. Don't think like a consumer, think like a marketer. It's a different mindset. But again, it's doing a combination of the marketing and the prospecting. I see people do one or the other. You're missing the boat. Look, some of you that don't want to do video at all, what if you just started posting reels, but it's like quotes, your story, like in text? Have you seen that? That works really well too. So let's say you post something, just words, and then you turn that into a reel. You can literally turn that into a reel. Okay. And again, some of this stuff I know is advanced or over some of your heads. Some of you are like, I don't even know what to post yet. I told you in the beginning, this is going to be a combination of like beginner conversation, beginner language, and advanced. All right. But the fact is, again, the people that are growing the most, specifically on Facebook, Instagram, they are posting a lot of reels. They are going live. They are showing up consistently, and some of their engagement on some of their videos is trash. So they'll have one video with like 5 views and another video with 5 million views. That's just what happens now. It's just a different deal than it used to be. But you're never going to know if you're up here overthinking, overanalyzing, spending hours editing a video that's never going to do well anyway. You just got to be quick. You got to be efficient. Make sense? You cannot waste a bunch of time, over analyzing every single thing. In fact, I got people right now that are crushing it. They're not even posting on their wall. They're doing social shout out posts. What does that mean? That means they're getting people in their network or their customers or their friends. They're getting them to post on their page, promoting their products and entering them into a giveaway. That's another strategy. Look, this is what we call an evergreen strategy. What's an evergreen strategy? It's a strategy that will always work. We're renaming referral posts social shout out posts. I got that from Jennifer Pepper Kennedy. Anyway, it just sounds, I like the way it sounds a little more. Okay, anywho, more prestigious, right? A social shout out. So what does that mean? That means you're getting people to promote your products on their page, on their social media. They're promoting your products. They get entered into some type of giveaway to win free products, right? You're not posting at all. You're getting them to post on your behalf. So the point is, these are the strategies in 2024 that will work for those of you that work it. You got to work it. You got to do it consistently. You have to do it even when you don't feel like it. Some of you have to treat this like a part-time job. I saw so many people say, I'm just not organized. I'm just not consistent. Hold your feet to the fire, right? Create a schedule. Hold yourself accountable. Maybe put together like 4, 5, 6 of you, sideline, downline, upline, whatever. Get a group of you that are going to run together the next 90 days, holding each other accountable, right? Because there's going to be days where you're discouraged, or days where you're overwhelmed, or days where you're not sure what to post, or you did a video and you're not sure if it was good. And you say, hey guys, can you watch my video? Give me some feedback. Jackie says, when you flip that button and realize everything is content, that's when the fun begins. Exactly. Telling stories, because facts tell, stories sell. Showing up with and it's also, by the way, it's not always about creating content that creates curiosity or converts into a sale or lead. It's just like, hey, I saw something that I thought was really inspiring and I wanted to share it with you. I wanted to share it with all of you. Or I read this passage in the Bible, or I listened to this podcast, or my pastor said something at church on Sunday, or, my kid said this and I wasn't sure what to do. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? Right? Asking questions to your audience or sharing, just taking people on the journey with you. I'm telling you, that can be really effective on social media. It's amazing how much we overthink our content. It's amazing how much we overthink how we can offer value. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be the guru. You don't have to be this super fit person to sell weight loss, or be like super rich to promote an opportunity. In fact, a lot of times those people are not relatable, right? You're not going to, if someone's 50 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight, or they can barely pay their bills, the last thing they're going to do is reach out to someone with a six pack or millions of dollars in the bank, because that's almost discouraging. It's like, God, I just hate that person. They're going to reach out to the person that just lost 10 pounds in 45 days and is authentic, is real, is talking about the struggle, is talking about, like, the days they cheated, or the days that they, like, they just like couldn't stick with the diet, but they kept going. They didn't give up. Or, like, I think a lot of people relate to my story because they talk about it took me 7 years to fire my boss. So when someone complains to me and I'm like, how long you been doing this? Like 3 years. I'm like, took me 7 to fire my boss. Are you better than me? It gives them perspective. They're like, oh shit, okay, well, John, took him 7 years to get to 6 figures. I'm only 3 years in. It's like, yeah, chill. Okay, so I want to answer some questions I got from earlier. Ashley says, is there any perfect time of day to post your content or even go live to get more eyeballs on it? It's a great question. The answer is no. If it's good content, it's going to get traction. If it's not, it won't. Now, here's how I look at it when it comes to live. Maybe you go live before work. Maybe you go live during your lunch break. Maybe you go live in the evening. Maybe you create your content on Sunday, right? Batch create content. Like, it depends on your schedule. What works for you? I know we've got a lot of people, like I was talking to Ashley Dawes. She goes live every morning at like 5 or 6 a.m. That's what works for her. She's clearly a morning person, right? Some people, they would die to go away. I'll go live after work. That's when I can sit down and focus. You got to do what works for you. I used to do car talk. I would go live before I'd go in the gym, or after I got out of the gym. Like, that's when I used to go live. Now I have a home gym, but back then, before COVID, that's what I did. That's what worked for me. I'd go live in my car. I loved it. The only problem was sometimes it would be super hot out and like my phone would overheat and would just shut down the live. But outside of that, it was amazing. Those were some of my favorite videos. Up close and personal, hashtag Car Talk. How many of you have been following me a while? You remember Car Talk. So you got to do what works best for you. There is no perfect time. In fact, I'll see in my newsfeed posts from like a week ago. I'll see posts from like 6 days ago, 2 days ago. So again, if a post is good, it's going to do well. If it's not, it won't. Pamela says, attraction marketing, I know how to use it. How are you using attraction marketing for your business, especially around weight loss? Well, this is what I talked about in the beginning, is I'm all about education or entertainment, teaching, value, sharing advice, sharing stories. And then, like, when I say stories, meaning telling stories, but then I also use my stories to promote my products, right? Like, I did a before and after picture yesterday and it just said, dang, 5 days. And this before and after was crazy. And I got like 3 people in my inbox that I've never spoke to going, I want information on this. So you can follow that 80-20 rule on your news feed during the week, but then in your stories, you can do 80-20 every day. Hope that makes sense. And again, pay attention to who's paying attention to you. Pay attention to likes, followers, friend requests, comments, story views. Reach out to every single one of those people. If you're not, you are dropping the ball. Rachel says, how to keep a consistent post/story schedule when you're not allowed on social media during your day job. Batch create content. Because here's the thing, you might not notice this, but we post a lot of the same reels more than once, more than twice. A lot of, like, sometimes people see a post that I do, like where I'm like, promoting multiple MLMs is like having multiple wives or something, like some posts like that. And they're like, shots fired. Why is John calling me out? I'm like, dude, I've done the same post every year on that same day for 6 years. It ain't about you. It's just what I've always said. And you can agree with it or disagree with it. I don't really care. I'm just telling you, 20 plus years, I've never seen anybody publicly promote multiple MLMs. You can argue with it, not believe it. That's just my opinion, right? And I posted that same thing every single year on that same day because I go into my memories and I see the posts that I've posted over the last 11, 12 years on Facebook that have done well. And I'll post that same post. Maybe not every single time. Sometimes there's 6 different posts that I've done on that same day and I'll spread them out. That's loud, but you do it anyway.
You can hear it?
Yes, absolutely. I can hear it. You guys hear Nadia opening mail? Well, I do, okay? I hear it. Wilson Marie says, any day to post content that will be seen by more people and get the most engagement. Every day is a good day, and every day is a bad day, depending on the person. She said, I'm going to relaunch my business. I don't feel I got everyone's attention the first time. Time to turn it up. Absolutely. I still have people that follow me or are friends with me, and they have been for years, and they have no idea what I do to make money. And if they don't know what I'm doing, they definitely don't know what y'all are doing. Julie David says, is there a best time to post? What content is an automatic turn off? I mean, listen, again, don't overthink the best time to post. Just post all the time and you'll figure out what works. But I don't think there's a time that's going to increase engagement necessarily, because I think it matters what works best for you. Number one. Number two, if it's good, it's good. It's going to get traction. Like, I'll get comments on posts I did days ago, weeks ago even, right? Because it's a good post. And if it's good today, it's probably gonna be good tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. As far as what content's an automatic turn off, I mean, it should be obvious. But if you're just like posting a picture of your product, hey, this product's awesome and it's 10% off. Oh, the worst. In fact, if you are telling a story to create curiosity around your product, less is more in most cases, especially if you're promoting a before and after, you're promoting a story, you're telling, if you say, send me a message for details, like you have that kind of call to action, no bueno. Not good. I learned this from Ray Higdon years ago, and it's so true. It's better to say, man, I really want to shout out my girl, Jackie. She is ridiculously inspiring. She's been, using this program. Don't say product, say program, or this system for the last couple of years. She lost over 100 pounds. And now she's helping all these other women, get amazing results. I'm just so proud of her. I just wanted to give her a shout out and recognize her. Do you see how that kind of post, I don't know if Jackie Coney's still watching this, right? But that's like a recognition post. That's a shout out post. That's a gratitude post. Write that down. That's effective. But I'm not going to say, and if you want to lose some weight, send me a message. If someone wants to lose weight, they're going to say, well, what is it? What's the program? What's the product? Again, less is more. That's how you create curiosity. Write that down. Gratitude posts, shout out posts, right? I'm so grateful that Casey and Kylie shared this program with me, because not only have I lost some weight that I've been trying to get rid of for the last few years, but I feel amazing. Thank you, Casey and Kylie. Do you see how that would create a lot more curiosity? People go, who's Casey and Kylie? What is this program? Gratitude posts work. Recognition. I'm so grateful. I partnered up with my mentor, Marina. Not only has she helped me, increase my financial situation in a big way, but I'm learning so much about how to be a leader and how to run a business. Like, I never thought in a million years I could be a mentor. Do you guys get that? Like, how many of you are not doing that? How many of you are just like light bulb moment, right? Recognize your upline, recognize your team, recognize your customers. Recognition is one of the best ways to get attention, right? It's one of the best ways to make someone feel like $1 million. It's one of the best ways to get people to do more of what they should be doing anyway. Like when I recognize someone for ATMing, recognizing someone for get their first customer, recognize what you want repeated. Because when you say, oh, so-and-so just signed up someone, or so-and-so just got a rank advancement, so-and-so's crushing it, so-and-so just recruited their 4th person this month, guess what? They're like, dude, I'm going to recruit more people. I love that recognition. I love getting shout outed. And not only that, not only do they love getting shouted out, but guess what? Other people are like, I want to get shouted out. Now, I know I'm giving you like different examples. I'm giving you like, recognition for people in your team doing stuff, recognition for customers, public recognition, public gratitude. I'm so grateful that Bryn Lang shared this incredible, venture with me, this incredible brand. Try to use more prestigious language, by the way. Maybe reach out to your uplines. I know a lot of you are in different companies, especially on some of these public trainings I do. Like, maybe use different language than what we would use. That's cool. Whatever works for you. But, when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that Bryn Lang shared this brand. Not only do I love the way I feel, but the stuff tastes amazing, or it smells amazing, or it's clean ingredients. Like, this is nuts. So grateful. So grateful that Devin shared this program with me. Not only have I gotten incredible results, but I feel like $1 million, and even my husband was noticing a difference. Do you get it? Light bulb moment's good. Recognition, I'm telling you, like gratitude, shout outs, all the things. What's up, Jackie? What's up, Rainbow? Dana says, do you feel turning your Facebook page to digital creator page helps you with your reach? You know, I left it as I did change it, and I changed it back because I didn't like how I couldn't like easily find my new Facebook friends. And for me, I didn't notice the difference. I'm sure some people will tell you they notice the difference. It depends on the person. It depends on the content they're creating, I think. You could test it out for 30 days. You can always switch it back. Melody says, dang, John, that's a good shout out post. Yeah, social shout out posts. Great way to build a following without ever doing a video. I'm just telling you guys, the people that crush the most, they do it all. They're going live on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram from 3 different devices simultaneously. The people that are crushing it the most, they're posting 3 reels a day. The people that are crushing it the most, they are authentic. I could probably, why don't I do this? I'm going to reward those of you that stayed on to the end. I'm going to go look at your social media. Who wants me to look at their social media? And I can give you some feedback. You guys should be sharing this. Remember, I'm also going to give away some trackers. So if you're sharing and tagging people, I may pick you. You may get rewarded. You may not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me see. So who wants me to do this? Let's see. Okay, Shelly. So here's what's annoying. You guys want to know why I like iPhone more than Droid? This is my Droid. When I click on Shelly, it doesn't let me, I can't open up. So now I got to type in, iPhone would let me. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just have 2 iPhones? Listen, there's certain things about the Droid. I think it's just because I had it first. I've always had a Droid, but it's just not as good. You can argue with me all you want. I have one of each. I'm just telling you, iPhone's better. Okay. All right. So Shelly, I'm looking at your post. Okay. So here's a post where you shared a meme. Okay. You shared a meme, but there's nothing else. It's just the meme. So why not add a little something above it, a little caption above it, just to add your own personal flair to it. You guys remember, what's that movie where you got to have like your flair? You guys sometimes like you're working at a restaurant, you have your, anyway. God, I hated waiting tables. The ultimate motivation was having a god-awful job when I was younger. All right, so, and then the next one I think is you playing the harmonica for your dog. That's cute. Oh, look, they're howling. That's so cute. Is this a reel? Yeah, okay, 30-second reel. Good, I like it. It's personal. Then here's another reel. But see, that's January 7th. So you didn't post for like almost a week. You see what I'm saying? Like you built up a little traction and you stop. Build up a little traction and you stop. I don't see any live videos. You don't post enough, Shelly. You got to post more. So I'm seeing the 16th, the 23rd. This might actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me see something. I might be just pulling up your videos. I think that's the problem. Again, Droid. Okay, here we go. No, you're probably, okay, you are posting more. I'm sorry. Ignore me. It was only showing me your videos for some reason. So here, you're doing pretty good. You got a reel here that's got 2,000 views, 53 comments. It's a hack. I'm guessing this is like a sheet folding hack. Okay, I figured that's what it was. So there you go, right? So did you reach out to these 53 people and create some conversations? If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Bottom line, I like that. That's good. Now, I don't see a lot of pictures. I'd like to see some pictures of you. I see no pictures. So I can't really get to know you outside of a couple videos, and you definitely still don't post videos enough. I don't see any live videos. Why not do some live videos? Is this helpful? How about you start a weekly show? If you're nervous to go live every day, how about you do a weekly show? Why not interview some of your customers?
Good morning. This is Brandy reporting live from Maquoketa, Iowa.
This is funny. I like your TikTok. See, you're funny. Funny equals money. Anybody else have the Dorothy Hamill haircut? That's good. I like that. Oh, okay. Here you go. Promoting some product in your stories. I like it. That's good. Now, are you paying attention to who's watching your stories and asking them if they want to give it a shot, give it a try? Have they ever tried it before? You guys getting some value from this? Let me know in the comments. Well, I can't see your comments because we're streaming in 7 different places. And I'm sorry, I'm just not going to be able to see all the comments. But you guys can all talk to each other. No, I'm not done. Nadia said, are you done?
Oh.
Are you done?
Looks like you were done, baby.
I'm looking at people's social media, trying to give them some tips and advice. Trying to help some people. All right, let me look at let's see who else is asking for some help. Okay. Shelly says love. I post several times. Okay, good. I like it. TGI. Yeah, that's right. TGI Fridays. Yeah, Fridays. That was, I can't remember. How do you say that restaurant? Is it just Fridays? Yeah, the Flair. So lame. All right. Very valuable, says Ashley. Ashley, let's look at your social media since you were one of the first ones to ask a question earlier. Okay. Whoever brings blessings will be enriched, and one waters himself will be watered. I like that. That's good. That was yesterday, though. You haven't posted it all today. What are we doing, Ashley? And then you didn't post the day before that. Oh, this is cute. These boys brought the win home for the Eagles. By the way, sorry, guys, I'm not showing you what I see. Very cute. I like that. Congrats to the Eagles for bringing home the championship. Yeah, I like some of the stuff you're posting, but I'm not seeing any videos. Where's your videos? How am I going to get to know you? How can I do business with you? I don't know you. I don't see any videos. I also don't see anything in your stories. Now, maybe that's because your page isn't public. So I would go into my settings if I were you and create a public page so people can follow you, because I don't even see the follow button. How am I going to follow you? How am I going to reach out to you? I don't know you. I can't follow you. I see no stories. So I'm going to challenge you to start doing stories. I'm going to challenge you to make your profile public, and I'm going to challenge you to do a live video every day for the next 14 days. Okay? All right, Cheryl. Cheryl wants me to look at her page. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on. Cheryl, again, I don't see a follow button, Cheryl. I don't see any stories. Three hours ago, you did a post. 20 hours ago, you did a post. I like that you're posting someone else's before and after, specifically Sonia. I know her. This is my longtime friend and mentor, Sonia. She's been using our collagen for 2 years. Can you imagine aging backwards? That's her plan, and it's working. It's a good post. I like it. Didn't get much engagement, but it's a good post. The hot chocolate one crushed. Look at that. 50 likes, 15 comments. And let me ask you a question. Are you reaching out to those people? Have you been connecting with those people? This before and after is pretty good. Discover the science and see the results. Daniel did, and 4 years later, she hasn't looked back. Yeah, that's good. I just, it's always so hard. I wonder if you could do this as a reel, right? Showing before and afters. Update on this amazing collagen. Hair day to day. I thought my hair seemed much thicker, but when Angie did my hair, she said it's so much thicker. And I said, it's my collagen. If you have thinning hair, frizzy, or unmanageable hair, come hit me up. See, I would take that out. Take that out. That's a call to action. And actually, you did get some comments. But it comes across as like a sales post. You could probably take that out or ask a question. How many of you have tried collagen? Right? How many of you tried collagen? Let's just see what they say. You could ask that in your stories, right? But again, the problem with your wall, it's very salesy. It's a lot of selling. And hey, if it's working, keep doing it. But I'd like to see some live videos. I'd like to see some more entertainment, right? Mixing it up so people get to know you. And I do see that you're doing some stuff. I don't see any lives, though. I think you're doing pretty good, though. You're doing pretty good. But you could definitely make some enhancements, some tweaks for show. Let's see. Who else wants me to look at their stuff? I'm trying so hard to pull up multiple counts. Ashley says, I love your challenge. And you should do it with other people, too. What's up, Veronica? See, Veronica's on here. We had dinner the other night. Let's see. Okay. Let me pull up some others. Go ahead and roast me, says Melody. Okay. Why is it so difficult with the droid? So I'm going to have to type it out. Melody. Okay. Did you take your vitamin D supplement today? Mine tastes like Tic Tacs. That's good. That's funny. A few reasons. Vitamin D, especially in the winter. That's good. Who suffered? Oh, gosh. Diarrhea forever because of Ozempic? That's good. Are you getting responses to that? maybe ask on your wall, how many of you have tried Ozempic? I'm curious. Man, that'd be a controversial post. For those of you selling weight loss, every single one of you should do that post. How many of you tried Ozempic? I'm curious. If nothing else, that's a good engagement post. And guys, here's the thing. Sometimes you forget, like, it could be as simple as asking in your stories, is it snowing for you or is it just me? Or what series on Netflix would you recommend? Because again, these conversations, these posts get engagement going. It gets comments going. You'll see people comment on your post asking, some for a new series on Netflix, or what's a new series you would recommend, and you'll get people commenting that never comment on anything. You can reach out to them and say, hey, thanks for the advice. I'll definitely check out, Stranger Things. I'll definitely check out Reacher. What are you up to, by the way? It's been a while. That has nothing to do with products or opportunity. Make sense? Melody says, my girl Sandy Humple, 30 pounds lighter and sassier than ever. You look amazing, my friend. That's good. I like that. No call to action. Great before and after. Then you have one, I'm looking to partner and coach women who are wanting to earn money online. Must be teachable, positive, driven. Free enrollment for a limited time. You got one comment. I know it's always like discouraging when a post like that, you're like, man, this one's going to crush, and no one responds. Bunch of knuckleheads. But you know what did respond? Get a good response? Isn't that funny? The kids get the best responses. The dogs get the best responses. But again, this is social media. You're socializing. You're mixing it up. You're testing it out. And I like that you did a live video 4 days ago. Did another live video 5 days ago. Wow, you did 2 videos in 1 day, Melody? You're crushing it. You're doing good. I like it. I'm going to give you some loves. I'm going to give you some hearts. Are you only going live on Facebook? I'm curious. Are you doing lives on TikTok and Instagram simultaneously? Because I recommend it. Because I will tell you, the people that are telling me they're crushing it the most, where they're getting the most leads, where they're getting the most engagement, TikTok. TikTok, 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 TikTok. I wish it was Facebook. Believe me, it's my favorite platform for obvious reasons. But it's TikTok. Joanne says, so reach out to folks to start a conversation. Sometimes they reply. Others just ignore. Hi, how are you? How's your New Year? Yeah, and I would recommend, Joanne, using audio. What are you up to this year? What are you focused on these days? Would love to catch up. Being a human first, a marketer second. Audio clip, audio clip, audio clip. It's amazing how much people just, again, overthink the heck out of this business. Reaching out to 20 people a day and just happy New Year. How was your holiday? Would love to catch up. What are you up to these days? Like, if you did 20 a day, after 30 days, it's 600 people you just started conversations with. Now, listen, someone will say, well, what do I say once they respond? Back and forth a little bit. And like, hey, listen, are you keeping your income options open? I'm just curious. Hey, listen, the reason I'm reaching out to you is I'm doing this 5-day drop challenge. Most of us probably can use, a 5-day drop, dropping 5 to 10 pounds in 5 days. Let me know if you'd be open to some info, if you'd want to do it with us, and I'll share some info with you. It just depends on what you want to promote. You want to promote product? Cool. You want to promote a challenge or a giveaway? How about a social shout out giveaway? How about, like in our company, we have a free enrollment right now. If someone gets started with one of our product packages, they waive the $50 fee. Like, I'd be reaching out to people and telling them, like, hey, we got this free enrollment challenge. Have you thought about making an extra $500 to $1,000 a month from home online? I can share with you the brand that I promote. It's been amazing. So again, it's doing the prospecting and the marketing. That's the 1-2 punch on social media. All right, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to look at one more page. And yes, I did say all of you should be leveraging TikTok. If you want more leads, more sales, TikTok is better than any other platform for new followers. Generating new leads. It's just what it is. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. You say, China owns TikTok. Get over it. You just get over it. Other people are leveraging the heck out of it and they're crushing. I don't know what that means, Melody, to go live in your stories. You mean you're just going live on Facebook? Like, I'm doing a live right now on Facebook, right? But it's also because I'm on StreamYard. I'm on multiple places. I don't have enough TikTok followers. So let's do a full court press effort on TikTok. Get 1,000 followers ASAP, because I promise you, you will get more eyeballs there on your live videos. You will get more eyeballs there on your TikTok videos, your short form videos, than anywhere else. Shana says, I did TikTok this morning. Good. I need a lesson how to even use it. Well, I will tell you, we've done a lot of trainings on TikTok, Dana. So if you go to our blog, there's a lot of TikTok trainings. If you go to mylifestyleacademy.com, I've interviewed some of the best TikTok marketers on the planet, like Stacey Hall, started a whole new page, 300,000 followers in 6 months. 300,000 followers in 6 months. That's more than I have total on all my pages combined, just to put it in perspective. She did that in 6 months from scratch. So that was a really good training. She crushed it. All right, who else wants me to look at their page? I don't know why. It's so difficult to pull up accounts. Let's see if I can do it this way. Ugh. Okay, let me see. Let me try Lily, because I know how to pull her page up. There we go. All right, so let's look at Lily. So Lily. Okay, here we go. So Lily, motivational speaker. Lily, you haven't posted in 4 days. Your last post was 4 days ago, and then 6 days ago. And then January 3rd, you just got to post more. You just need to go live. Your last live was December 8th. Am I seeing this right? Maybe this is just because this is your business page. Let me see your personal profile. Again, if you guys want better results, you got to post more. You got to do more videos. You got to do more short form videos. You got to talk more in your stories. You got to mess it up. Step it up, mess it up. And be okay with sucking at it. Be okay with embarrassing yourself. We all start to suck. Okay, she's posting more on her personal profile. Okay. Pictures, you got reels, you got some humor. Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. You know, that was the song that Nadia and I got carried up on stage to in 2008. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Halfway there, whoa. 5 days ago, you did a live video. Got some pretty good engagement. Are you reaching out to these people? Creating conversations. You ask them if they're open. Don't be scared. Scared money don't make money. Yeah, Lily, you just got to go live more. You don't go live enough. And I know you're powerful. I know you have a lot to share. So I was on the phone with the #1 income earner in a different company today, and I told him, dude, go live. Go live every day or at least once a week. Start a show. And even if you attract nobody, you're training your team. I mean, dude, that's money. That is money in the bank. I do it every single. So here's my mindset. I don't do it every single day, but I definitely go live at least every single week and almost every day. I mean, during the week, I go live almost every day when I'm home, when I'm not traveling. And the way I look at it, if nobody follows me, if I don't get a single new follower, a single new friend request, doesn't matter, because my own team is watching this and I'm training them. That's my mindset. Anyway, I went for over an hour. I didn't mean to do that, but I got excited. So those of you that are sharing, tagging, you're promoting this broadcast, I'm going to pick some winners. We're going to send out some 90-day trackers, and we'll give it 24 hours. So 24 hours. So if you're watching the replay, you could also get entered into this little giveaway, this little contest, if you will. Yes, we are sold out of our 90-day trackers. Unfortunately, at this time, we're not making any more. But like I said, I found some extras in my closet. So we'll pick some winners, and we'll send out some randomly to those of you that are sharing and tagging in the next 24 hours. Maybe 48 hours if I'm feeling generous. All right, if you want more training like this, make sure you go to mylifestyleacademy.com and make sure you register for that masterclass, that social media masterclass next Saturday with Eric Gordy, Fraser Brooks, Chalene Johnson, and Sean Cannell. If you need the link, it's mylifestyleacademy.com/social media, or we'll edit the description and the link will be up there. Or go to my bio on Instagram, or drop masterclass in the comments. All right, I'm out of here. See you later. Happy Monday. Let's go crush. Peace.